Coming up on News Watching, President Biden visiting the Hawaiian island Maui after its fires.
Mitch McConnell and his recent freezing episodes making others question his ability to continue in Congress.
In the 15th annual BRICS Summit proving its economic power with the expansion of partnerships. Hello, this is Christian Caputo.
And I'm Carly Kurger with News Watching.
President Biden on the Hawaiian island Maui, August 21st, about 2 weeks after the wildfires that have claimed 115 lives at least, with another 850 people missing still today. The wildfire was described as the deadliest American wildfire in more than 100 years, and Hawaiian Electric Co. is speculated to be blamed for the blaze that has ruined many local families' lives. Biden, during his speech, has given a promise to the people of Maui that he will focus his efforts in building back devastated areas better than ever before.
Mitch McConnell has been medically cleared by a physician after freezing while answering reporter questions on Wednesday. The freeze lasted for over 30 seconds and resulted in him leaving the conference for a brief period. This is the second time this summer McConnell has frozen during a conference, the first happening in July. The repeated incident left some concerned about McConnell's ability to continue in his position. Despite being medically cleared, many are still questioning whether McConnell should give up his leadership role in the coming year.
The 15th annual BRICS Summit happened this past August, promising a strong focus on expanding their economic partnerships. The economic alliance between Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa had more than 40 countries express their interest in joining, including Argentina, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, and Iran. Other African nations, such as Ghana, informally expressed their interest but did not continue the application process this year. Many of these countries are applying to BRICS to seek economic prosperity and protection, as well as a greater voice on the international economic playing field. The city of Hong Kong has closed their schools and canceled hundreds of flights in preparation of Typhoon Sawala. Sawala was temporarily a super typhoon that had recorded winds of up to 140 miles per hour, holding the equivalent of a Category 4 hurricane. As the storm passed the Chinese southern coast, the ocean's tide raised 13 feet above normal levels, leaving 75 inhabitants hospitalized and 500 seeking refuge. Thankfully, the eye of the storm never reached the land and eventually traveled outward to sea.
The southeast of the United States is working through the aftermath of Hurricane Idalia. The Category 3 hurricane hit with 125-mile-per-hour winds, leaving hundreds without power and entire neighborhoods submerged. As the hurricane, now a tropical storm, heads out to sea, concerns of future flooding are emerging. Despite the damage, only a handful of deaths have been linked to the hurricane, and there are no outstanding missing person reports. This will not be the last time we hear of, as experts assert, 2023 will be an active season due to record warm ocean temperatures. Former Proud Boy Joe Biggs is sentenced for 17 years after his actions leading the January 6th attack on the U.S. Capitol. According to the government, 33-year-old Biggs was an instigator and leader during the attack, and now will face one of the longest sentencings for January 6th thus far. U.S. District Judge Timothy Kelly deemed Biggs tearing down a fence between rioters and police qualified as a form of terrorism. Prosecutors stated, quote, "The evidence at trial demonstrated that Biggs was a vocal leader and influential proponent of the group's shift towards political violence." More of the rioters are scheduled for sentencing in the coming weeks.
And on a lighter note, Post Malone made a special appearance on Tony Hinchcliffe's Kill Tony Live comedy show, where he was joined by Joe Rogan and Brian Redban. This was Post Malone's first time in the Mothership Comedy Club in Austin, Texas, and was invited by Joe Rogan after his podcast. Sipping on John Daly's and enjoying amateur comedy, Post Malone had a ball with special guests like Cam Patterson, Scott Fillmore, and David Lucas. Post will be performing worldwide until December and will be visiting Bangkok for his first destination on his tour into September.
Taylor Swift announced her upcoming concert film on the Taylor Nation Instagram August 31st, and within one day broke the record for the most single-day advance ticket sales revenue at AMC theaters. AMC brought in $26 million alone, and IMAX sold out over 250 screenings on opening presale day. Box office analysts predict the film will bring in more than $100 million over its debut. The Eras Tour itself has been a worldwide sensation and is now on the way to hitting a record-breaking $1 billion in sales. Via Instagram, Swift encouraged her fans, Swifties, to wear Eras attire and friendship bracelets to the theaters, with singing and dancing encouraged. Well, I don't know about you, Christian, but I will definitely be there opening day in theaters to see this concert tour.
You're gonna have to tell me about it. I don't think I'll be able to make this one.
Oh, you're missing out. I'll just have to fill you in later.
Of course, of course. Well, coming up, Professor Johan's spicy TikToks leading to societal unrest, as well as a new speculation of a possible career change to OnlyFans.
More on this after the break.